experiences, sexual orientation and identities, abilities, skills, beliefs, faith, practices, talent, skills, you name it. All of us, we're all here. We're all different. But look at where we're standing. Rosa Parks Square Park in Macon, Georgia. So as we leave this space tonight, I want you guys to always remember to be inclusion-minded in your actions, in your thoughts, and then influence the people who you encounter, everyone around you. Let them know when they are leaving someone behind in what they do and what they say. And may that affect our level of actions, compassion, acceptance, our love. And in our dedication to build a better community, may it all be founded on principles of not only equality, but equity. So onward we go as we make a change for ourselves and for our neighbor. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Okay, now for our third and last, but before we do that, can this was amazing what we seen last week and this week. Let's give a hand to our commissioners and mayor. Now, we have our third and final, the Unity of Action will be presented by Georgia Equality's Rob Woods. Give me a round of applause, please.
Hello, Macon.
Hello.
Hi, Rob.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let's try this. This is what democracy looks like.
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 Give yourselves a hand, please.
Yes.
I'm Rob Woods. I am the senior field organizer for Georgia Equality. We're based out of Atlanta. Georgia Equality promotes safety, fairness, and opportunity for the LGBT community and our allies. I also want to definitely recognize the NAACP for being here today. Please give them a hand for joining us. This is about unity. We're in a pivotal moment here in the state of Georgia. If you've ever read Georgia history, there's been some ugly things that have happened in our history. But that didn't stop us. We kept moving. So we're at that point now where there's some ugly things that are happening up there in that gold dome. But we can't let that stop us.
Right.
Is that a, can I be? Is that
Yeah.
Georgia is one of 5 states that still allows some form of discrimination. You can still be discriminated against in housing. You can still be discriminated against with your family. You can still be discriminated against yourself by race. And we know definitely if it's your gender identity and sexual orientation, they have no problem in writing laws up there in that legislature. Do you agree?
Yeah.
So here's where we are. We're here to, one, support Senate Bill 119. Just want to give you, this isn't going to be like real emotional and fired up, but I just want to give you some good information. Senate Bill 118 was introduced by Senator Lester Jackson. It is a new civil rights bill for Georgia. History is on our side today because you've made history here today. However, history is also what's hanging on to the civil rights piece in Georgia. Does everyone here know that Georgia has no civil rights law as a state? Yeah. Georgia is still we as citizens are only protected under the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, I am little years old, and I kind of resemble how long ago that civil rights bill was written. So what has happened is you've had someone who's considered enough, like Senator Lester Jackson, who's out of Savannah, and who also happens to be the chairman of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, to introduce this legislation and try and push it forward. And as I said, it includes the language of sexual orientation and gender identity. Please give that a hand. That is a huge step in Georgia. introduced last year, and it was introduced by a person from the conservative side of our legislature, and it surprised us. It was like, wow, civil rights bill, here we go. But it excluded the terms or the language, sexual orientation, gender identity. But what we found out later was there were deals cut in the back room where they went to other progressive organizations and faith leaders and all these other folks and said, well, we'll pass this bill if it doesn't include gender identity and sexual orientation. But
Boom.
we had legislators that stood up and said, no, not in Georgia. No discrimination here. So we have that going on the House side. Now, Senate Bill 119 did not make crossover day. And for those who are not familiar with that lingo that goes on up under that gold dome, that means at a certain period, if certain legislation isn't voted out of a committee or passed out, then it doesn't continue through that legislative session. Do not confuse the fact that it did not pass with the fact that it's still not allowed. It simply ain't going to happen this year. But what we need you to do is to get behind Senator Jackson. That's one of your actions. We need you to contact your local senators and let them know you support civil rights legislation in Georgia. Senate Bill 119, can I hear it?
Yeah.
Now, also on our House side, there is another bill there is another House bill that's been introduced. Uh-oh, my little phone went out. Don't you hate the technology failure?
That's
I don't
all
want
right.
to give you bad information. The bill I know was it was introduced by State Representative Stacey Evans, and that bill number is House Bill 488. This itself also is a civil rights piece of legislation, inclusive of gender identity and sexual orientation. Can we hear it for? Now, that particular bill is sitting in the Judiciary Committee. Here's what's interesting. The chairman of the Judiciary Committee is on board with it. He doesn't have any qualms with it. So we are seeing progression here in Georgia. Now, the other piece that I want you to talk about real quick is a House resolution. Now, a House resolution doesn't require complete passage of both chambers. And a resolution is what it is, a resolution. And the same state representative, Stacey Abrams, has also introduced House Resolution 404, which calls for a joint committee study, meaning you would bring the House and the Senate together to study the needs for civil rights here in Georgia. I think there's progress. I think there's progress. I think there's progress. Go on. I think there's progress. So, before I get the hook here, two things. One, how many people here know who their state representative is? Raise your hand. Okay. How many who know who their state senator is? What I'm asking you to do is make that call. Send that email to your state representative, your state senator, and let them know that comprehensive civil rights needs to be passed in Georgia. Think about it. 1964 Civil Rights Act. As I said, I am 30 years old, and that kind of resembles me, that bill. The second thing, cell phones out to the ready, please. Georgia Equality and ACLU Georgia and Lambda Legal and League of Women Voters, and there's a ton of us. We're part of an organization called Georgia Unites Against Discrimination.
Yes.
Now, you probably heard about us a lot because most of our work has been done in Atlanta. I get a chance to poke around the state. I see my friend over there from Columbus. I think I saw somebody from I saw somebody from the school here, I'm sorry. So, but here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you're ready right now, I'm going to ask you to text equality to 864-237. Now, equality 864-237. Now, what that is going to do is that's going to send you to a link that's going to give you a pledge. And we're going to ask you to sign that pledge because what we're going to do, and basically that pledge is saying that you don't support that you support non-discriminating efforts. And just like last year when we had to go to the governor, we will take these, everyone who signs these pledges, we're going to take them as part of our fight to let people know attitudes have changed. And I mean,